For centuries, the Blackfoot Confederacy have told a story about a very special stone. It's said that this stone calls out to you with the chirp of a bird or a sweet song. They could have intricate patterns, beautiful metallic shine, and very specific shapes. They called them Iniskim, buffalo stones. Some even naturally look like buffalo. The nomadic Blackfoot were always inextricably connected with the buffalo. The cycle of their lives followed the movement of buffalo herds across the plains, and this stone was said to bestow the bearer with power over them. Legend says the first Iniskim saved a Blackfoot clan from starvation by calling back the buffalo. Buffalo stones' unique shapes, patterns, and shine are because they're segments of fossilized ammonites, wide-ranging and diverse creatures that lived in late Cretaceous seas. And the Blackfoot kept finding them because the conditions that gave birth to the Badlands in Alberta were also absolutely perfect for creating fossils. Let's rewind to the late Cretaceous, 75 million years ago, when Alberta was half underwater and half a tropical forest. As rivers flowed from the mountains to the seas, they would often carry the bodies of dead animals with them. At the mouth of the river, continuous sediment deposits would quickly bury and preserve those bodies, along with the shells of sea creatures like ammonites, allowing them to become fossilized. That enormous treasure trove of fossils lay dormant until the glacial runoff at the end of the last ice age washed away the surface layers and revealed them for the first time. They were there when the Blackfoot arrived, and served as Iniskim for centuries. But modern paleontology in Alberta only begins in 1884. That's when Joseph Tyrrell is exploring the Badlands region by boat. He starts to notice bones sticking out of the cliffs, followed by an entire skull. Eventually, the creature it belonged to would be fittingly named Albertosaurus, the first dinosaur discovered here, but far from the last. Since then, the Badlands have revealed themselves to be one of the richest fossil beds in the world. 58 species of dinosaur and counting. The Tyrrell Museum in Drumheller now has more than 160,000 specimens in their collection, and so many coming in all the time that they have a 45-year backlog. For paleontologists, this place is a gift that never stops giving. Thanks to constant erosion, to this day you can still find bones by just strolling through and looking down. Okay, not quite like that, but close. In fact, 70% of the park is still restricted to the public to keep it pristine for their work. New species are still being discovered, including another one in 2017 that got the provincial mantle, Alberta Venator curriei. There are more detailed drawings out there, but I love this one. And just this past year, a field school volunteer came upon the remains of a hadrosaur with its skin intact, an incredibly rare find. So the point of really this whole journey we've been going on is that at a glance the Badlands can seem inhospitable and unwelcoming. But for a land that can feel so dead, it is so alive in so many ways. In the myths and legends it inspired, in the species that have found their niche here, in the fossilized menagerie sticking out of the rock, and in the geography itself. As those soft sedimentary layers continue to be shaped by wind and rain, the whole landscape is constantly shifting and evolving. In effect, a new place to discover every time. So, quick note about buffalo, we don't actually technically have them in North America. Buffalo refers to the animals found in Africa and Asia. There are a few reasons as to why these animals also got called buffalo by early colonists, and it gets a little messy and linguistic, but the fact is, if it's from North America, its proper scientific name is bison. In fact, bison. But when speaking about Iniskim, the translation from the time, which has remained to this day, has always been buffalo stone. To avoid flipping back and forth between buffalo when referring to the stone and bison when referring to the animal, I stuck with the one term. So, now you know. Hope I saved you a comment.